Welcome to the Kai K Show. Here's where we speak up on it. We got the holiday special coming to you on Christmas Eve. We're gonna talk a little what happened over the weekend. We're gonna talk about this college football playoff system, the format. Is it correct? Is it incorrect? Do they have the right teams? What they're gonna have to do to improve this because it was a little interesting. I should just say, for say the least. Anyways, we're gonna be back at this after this intermission.
In order to have anything in this world, you must speak up on it. In order to have anything in this world, you must speak up on it.
Oh, that your virgin and Versace, she don't want it. She like it hot just like a coffee in the morning. Said if you want it, then you gotta speak up on it. Said if you want it, then you better speak up on it. 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 Said if you want it, then you better speak up on it. Said if you want it, then you gotta speak up on it. She's not into material, but she like it physical. Can't wait to download my digital. I'm drowning, I'm rushing. Girl, you got me crushing. Said I'm crushing, You're the cream in my coffee.
All right. We back. What's up, my brother D Mac and Tony T? How y'all doing today?
Everything is good in the hood, my brother.
Is the audio okay today? Can y'all hear? Everything sounds good.
Yep, everything's good, brother.
All right, you
Uh-huh.
guys looking good. Lighting looking good over there.
Uh-huh.
Man, we had an interesting weekend this past Friday and Saturday. We had Notre Dame play Indiana. Wasn't a good game. Notre Dame looked far more superior. Didn't look like Indiana belonged, even though they were 11-1. And on Saturday, a little bit more of the same, except one game turned out to be kind of okay, and that was the Clemson and Texas game, which Clemson kind of made a little game of it at where they cut it to 7 and had a chance to maybe tie it up and maybe even go ahead, but couldn't get it done in the red zone. So, anyways, what's your thoughts? Give it to me, D Mac. What was you thinking? What was your thoughts on the games this weekend?
You know, when you do playoff brackets, stuff like that, man. Uh, Sometimes the higher seed, the better team just freaking wins, and that's what happened. Yeah, we expected and wanted a little bit more competitive. We had to argue in Indiana and SMU, and they showed up and laid eggs and all that. But the bottom line to me is the better teams, the better seeds won, and they won convincingly. Now, I don't know, if that's play on the field or coaching or whatever it is, but that's just the way it ended up. So to me, let's move on to the second round because all the seeds are locked. The seeds are locked in. We got the top 8, and let's go.
Okay, go ahead, Tony T. What's your thoughts on this past weekend?
I'm gonna piggyback off him, man. I think that the big boys went ahead and took down the little dudes, man. I mean, I expected more out of Tennessee. I thought Tennessee was gonna bring it to Ohio State, but I knew SMU didn't really have a chance. I don't think they're big enough, man. I had a good feeling that Indiana was gonna get smashed by Notre Dame, but like D-Mac said, though, this next round right here is gonna be when the get down gets down. So I'm
Gotcha.
looking forward to that most definitely.
So did you? But okay. So to me, okay, you said. So did you really think that Texas should have had a home game over Clemson since Clemson was the conference champions and Texas was an at-large bid? What about that game there? What about the
Uh,
home? Because all the home and higher seeds won their games.
I
So
think they all should have been played on neutral grounds. To be honest with you, I shouldn't have been no advantage to neither one of them. You know,
gotcha, gotcha. What you think, D Mac? You think that it is, and was what it was, or what?
No, I agree. I think the neutral site thing would have helped. I also think that Clemson got the shaft on their seat. Um, they won a Power Four conference, and they get the last seed in. That I know they probably had the worst record, but they still won a power four conference. There's
Right.
no way they should have been at 12 to even have to play Texas. I just think they got the raw end of the deal on on their seeding. To me, they should have been somewhere, in the 6, 7, or 8 seed,
Right.
and I think that's something that needs to be tweaked there as well. If you win one of these Power Four conferences, you shouldn't be seeded any less than 8. I just don't see it.
Yeah,
Right.
I get that too. And I would, if I was BYU, I'd have been upset. SMU in over me when we beat them. You know,
Right.
same record.
Right?
Y'all didn't win no damn
It's,
conference.
I mean, it's quite a few teams that got arguments, on being in. Kyle, you talked about South Carolina. There, even a Mississippi. Some of those schools they have some gripe. BYU, they why not? Why not? I mean,
Hmm.
Army, come on.
Army was
Army
undefeated,
lost.
right? Unless what?
Army they ended up losing 2 games. I think
Okay.
at the end of it, they
Yeah,
lost like 2 games.
they lost.
Hey,
They lost the Navy, and I don't know about that one. Mm,
but,
but
but
here's
they got just as good as argument as everybody else. You got to play
yeah,
who's on your schedule.
Right.
that's true. I think they should just wipe out these schedules all completely and start all over, and then base it off strength of scheduling after that, and then don't rank these damn teams until after the third week when they playing all these you know uh kind of preseason games and lower division type of games, or don't schedule them at all. If you want to be considered, and me personally, I wouldn't put Notre Dame in there unless Notre Dame designated a conference. I don't like that
Right.
bullshit. I mean, you're going independent because you want to keep that NBC money. I understand, but you need to designate a conference if you want to be a part of the playoff system. I don't like the fact that they get in playing with how they playing and being independent. They need to
Right.
just go ahead and
You,
designate
you
to
know,
whatever conference they're going to be in.
they were like that in the BCS system as well. If they went undefeated, they were automatically in.
Yeah.
Um, hey, no, Notre Dame is the epitome of money talks, bullshit walks.
Right.
So we go if we win, we bring in fans. It's gonna be our games are gonna be big, and we gonna stay independent. We got multi-million, big dollar contract with NBC, and they ain't trying to share it. You
Right.
know, I get it from both sides. Yeah, it's unfair that they can slide in. They had a similar record to an Army, like we said. They
Mhm.
uh, it's Notre Dame. They bring big money and big crowd, so they gonna be in here. And that's
Right.
I get what you're saying though, Kyle. They should, but I don't know if y'all know this, but football is the only sport that they're still independent in. All the rest of the sports designated they're in a conference.
Right. I think next year, man, they'll get it right. Today was I mean, this year was just a little trial and error. Next year they go tinker with it a little bit. They go clean this thing up, man. And like a lot of those teams, you said, Scott Cobby with the strength of schedule. I'm with that some to a certain extent, man, because I'm feeling like okay, if you just go strictly off the strength of schedule, it's gonna be some teams that goes undefeated year after year after year, and because of the strength of schedule, they're gonna be denied the opportunity. So that's a slippery slope right there, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying do away with the current scheduling thing, the way that they have it now. These games
Uh-huh.
are already predetermined or schedules already predetermined who they're going to play for the next year. Because even if you look at the bowl games, you got Colorado playing BYU in this bowl game, but they got them on the schedule next year. I mean, that's a conference game. Why are you playing them in a bowl game too?
Right.
So just do away with the scheduling. Let them start all over, reschedule. Don't rank these teams till after the third week because
Uh-huh.
that's part of the problem too. Because if you look at it, Florida State was ranked number 10. Hell, they ain't win no game, one game all damn year. So let you know that these pundits don't know what the hell they talking about. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Man,
And
man,
then it gives, and then also it helps the teams that you don't designate to be in. It helps them to position themselves. It's a clean slate all the way across the board from A to Z. To
Right.
where now you can rank them fairly instead of them having to climb all the way from wherever you have them 30 or 40 all the way up to the 25, and then hell barely get in at the 12th seed, and if they don't win a conference and lose one game, then they might not even get an at-large bid. So you know what I'm
Right.
saying. So you got to do away with that crap. You know what I mean? So wipe the slate clean since it's a whole new system, right?
Huh?
Wipe the schedules clean. Let them schedule. You know who they're gonna play, and if you create a weak schedule, then guess what? You're going to be judged on the merits of creating a weak schedule, and you may not get in if you don't play quality teams. Period. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. That's how I would do it anyway. But but now we got this other thing too. We need to talk about because we got this JUCO. We got this JUCO rule where now
Wow.
JUCO time doesn't get counted for towards your Division One clock time. So now you can play 2 years of junior college football, and it just be like a development type of thing, and it doesn't count against your 10 semesters of Division One football. Right? I
Yeah.
damn, I was
Yeah.
doing it when I was playing. But anyway, so
That's
uh,
weird, man. That's
yeah,
weird
so
news right
so
there.
so now these cats that had got the who play JUCO ball look like they're gonna get an extra year to play Division One
They are.
football.
So
They are
after they
because
get through, go ahead, D.
that's how it started. One of the kids that went through it got a smart ass lawyer and sued the NCAA for his time back, and they gave it to
Mhm. That was the quarterback
him.
at
Excuse me.
Vanderbilt. Of course, it would be a smart
Yeah.
mother like that to
So
get.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
So you saying, Kybe, okay, so they graduate from high school, they get to JUCO, do the 2 years, and they start off as freshmen when they go to college, man? Is
Yes,
that what you're
yes,
saying?
Freshman,
right.
Tony
You
C.
might as well
Freshman.
put 6 years in high school then.
They
You know
doing
Yeah.
it
what I mean?
already. They doing it already.
Like,
Think about it. They giving them graduate years, right? They're doing 6 years.
Yeah.
Bo Nix was in college football for damn near 8
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. That COVID year did a lot of them guys like that. And
right,
man, but this, look, to me, uh, it, to me, it's not going to change. It's not going to change
Ain't
much
gonna make a
because
difference.
they're like, oh, high school fresh, guys coming straight out of high school going to be at a disadvantage. They're not going to get the looks as much. I think that's crap. I think because I mean, I know that was way back in the day, but some coaches don't like going to JUCOs to get kids. Period.
exactly.
So
Mhm.
it's not, and let's be truthful about it. Would you rather have a 18-year-old freshman or a 20-year-old freshman?
Right,
You want the young kid you can teach and mold and whatever. This is still a youthful game.
right,
They're not looking for the pros ain't looking for uh, a a 25-year-old running back that's just come out of college. They're not.
right. Yeah,
They're
I
Yeah.
not.
mean, you'll get a 20-year-old seasoned player. Maybe that's what they would consider them to be coming out of JUCO after the 2 years. They'll be
Yeah,
a lot more developed. You know what I mean, physically and
yeah,
mentally. So who knows? I mean, if you're gonna do that, man, you might as well let the kids decide to go pro after freshman year. Then,
Here's what here. Well, that's a good point. I didn't think
yeah,
about that. But here's another interesting point. For many years, especially when we were growing up, um, linemen didn't get a chance to play football until they got to high school because it was a weight limit, right? And they
uh-huh.
didn't let the bigger kids play. Well, when we grew up, I should say,
Okay,
they didn't get a
right,
chance to play and then develop. Um, and so they were always, unless they were really gifted, right? They were always kind of behind because they didn't get all those years to play. We played from when we were 6, 7 years old all the way up to
right,
15 or 14 before we went to high school.
right,
But those guys, they didn't get the chance to play till their sophomore or freshman year, depending on what kind of school you went to. If it started high school started from ninth grade or not. So
right,
this right here, I think, doing the format this way will be able to develop more trench players than than they are than what was happening before because now they will get those development years back
right.
in that they get an extra 2 years. I think the game might get better. Be honest with you, if you get the trench play players a lot more skillful, right, and understanding
Right.
what to do up front. You won't just have a bunch of just big dudes up there just in the way. They'll actually have some technique and some form doing
Right.
and some experience
Right.
working in the trenches. And I think because trench play is what makes the game anyway. That's always decides who's gonna win or lose a game. What happens up front, right? We all know that the line predicates what's going to happen, who's going to win the game. If your line is more dominant on one side of the ball than the other, that's the team that's going to be favored as far as winning the game.
You know what, Kai, all that is predicated on when they go to JUCO if they're getting coached well. Shit,
Facts.
all the
Facts.
JUCOs ain't got great coaches,
Hmm.
you know.
No,
So
no,
these kids can go to JUCO and try to develop, and
Right.
get a little better. And I think you're right. I think it could be good for the game if the whole system is working, working the way it's supposed to. You know, does this enhance the JUCO game? Maybe, but maybe not. You know
well,
what I think it will do. What I
mhm.
think it will do is it will. There's gonna be some funky stuff between this JUCO rule and the portal. Something is gonna get twisted. Watch.
Right. And it might be those high school players, man, because now a lot of those kids, a lot of those seniors, man, probably gonna be missing out on scholarships because they can get this dude over here, especially like you said, Copy with the lineman. They got this developed lineman over here that done 2 years at the JUCO. Now he's 20 years old, you know what I mean? But he's got a hell of a jump start on the 18-year older coming out of high school.
Right, right.
True enough.
So yes, and then like you said with the portal, it's a whole lot of rigmarole
It's,
with this here, man. Then where does it stop? At what point
yeah,
do we stop here? Okay, you're two
because
years in JUCO. The portal. It's just a whole lot of moving parts going on right now, man. And
think of it. Think about this. Think about this twist. Think about this twist. You go to a university, your first year, and you red shirt, and you don't really like it. You don't like the atmosphere. Whenever they red shirt me, you mad. What used to happen is we go bounce back
right,
to the JUCO, right? So now he just red shirted. He bounces back to the JUCO. He plays 2 years, nothing, right?
right.
And then you get the scholarship you want, and you still got 4 years. 7 freaking years
That's
you
too
can
much
play
going
that
on.
game.
It's too much going on.
That's now you're a 25-year-old senior. It's just yeah, like you 25 years old playing linebacker and the 18-year-old tailback over there. You about to kill that kid.
Hmm.
Well, okay. Well, you got to understand this too, though. Um, Not all the time you're going to sit up here and play out all your years, anyways. If you ball out, you don't want to. You want to take advantage of that year. If you ball out, you're going to the league. You're gonna you're gonna you know divert to the league because you don't want to risk going back to college having a bad year and then lose some money. So not all the time these guys are going to play out all their years in college to where they're going to be that age or whatever. Because like I said, and if there are the ones that do play out, those probably aren't the ones that's going to be good enough to play at the next level anyway. And it doesn't even matter whether you playing against the 18-year-olds or not, whatever, because as you do know, talent is talent, brother. You
Right.
know,
True
now
enough.
it
True enough.
might help. It might hurt the high school kids coming out of high school out the jump. It may,
Yeah,
but
a little bit.
if you're a player, you're a player. It doesn't
Right.
matter. You know what I'm saying? You Texas Player of the Year. You in high school, you know you going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or you anywhere in the realm of that, or California Player of the
It's
Year,
gonna
you're gonna play that. Now,
yeah.
here's my
For
thing
me,
though.
it's gonna affect that 3-star guy from getting a scholarship. That's what's gonna affect.
Well, here's the thing.
It,
What the hell is? I mean, this 5-star, 3-star shit is bullshit anyway.
I,
Because
I said the stars to keep from saying mediocre.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
I'm
I
Right.
just
mean.
saying,
That's what it's all set up for
but
anyway, for the
yeah,
mediocre players. You're giving
how
them
many
more
times we see
opportunities.
how many times we see these 5 stars and they really ain't 5 stars? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because for one,
Yeah,
they have bad characters. You know what I'm saying?
and
And
Hmm.
they they
we'll get
bleed
into that
themselves out.
later, but I don't know if y'all know this, but you can pay for those stars.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's why I don't go with this
That's
goddamn
a
star
whole nother
shit.
ball of wax there.
Like, what the
That's a
what
whole
the hell is
nother
this star
topic of
shit?
conversation we'll have
Yeah,
later.
this star shit. I ain't never been with that star shit anyway. Dylan Raiola, he's 5 star QB. That motherfucker
right.
threw 3 picks and fucking gets in there. That shit, no touchdowns.
should,
God
they
damn
should
it.
only be able to have a certain amount of whatever stars or whatever that you get.
Yeah,
Got you got 85 stars in the city, and it's just it's all that shit's crazy. But anyway,
yeah.
the JUCO thing is going to be very interesting.
Mhm,
Uh, First off, they're going to have to figure out the people it's affected already and
mhm.
how many years and all that stuff. It's going to get real convoluted over the next 8 9 months before they go back.
The interesting thing, what happens to the NAIA league?
I'm
Because they don't fall in the same criteria as the NCAA,
Right.
so
right,
because they don't lose years, right?
Right.
So
right,
that was the thing before. If your clock started once you started JUCO, you took what 12 units. Your clock
yep,
started. You started your 10 semester season started in the JUCO. But now that's erased, how does the NAI? Now I guess what you could do is uh, that might be advantageous as far as the portal's concerned because if you ball out in NAIA, you put some tape on there, then maybe you get pulled up to Division 1 football, right?
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
to a better, to a better competition type of team where you can get, playing against better competition, so it'll make you look, good if you're able to compete in the NFL level. So,
It's still
um,
too many moving parts, man. It's a whole lot of stuff to take into consideration. The NIL deals, the as far as like schooling, like I mean, like shit. If that be the case, then everybody should have a master's degree by the time they get out of school. You know what I mean?
If they work it correctly, they
yeah,
should.
Yeah.
and that's the other thing. Um Should your academic be equal to your eligibility of playing, right? Because everybody that goes to school don't play sports. So should that just be different? Should that your academics and your eligibility to play, should that be different or should that be the same? Should that align like it does now? I think it should be separated. I don't think that
Gotta be.
because there's no more what we call it scholastic academic athlete. There's no that's gone. I mean, just being student athlete, I should say. I'm sorry. There's no more student athlete at this point. If you're giving these kids money, you're paying them, they're professionals, right? So the student athlete aspect is out the window anyway. So you might as well separate the academic and the eligibility for playing sports. That should be separate. I think that should just be separate, and that probably would do away with that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit they need to figure out, though. I mean, it's gonna go, ins and outs, twists and turns, or whatever. But however it is, I do like the fact that these kids are, getting a bag now. I really like that. You know what I mean? So I ain't
Most
complaining
They
about
definitely.
that.
all of this stuff is benefiting the players now, dude, and it's
It,
about
it,
fucking
shit,
time.
it was slavery before to me. Shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
The players don't.
I still got whips on my back. I don't know about the rest
Me
of y'all.
too.
Shit. Yeah.
This is long overdue for those players, man. Long overdue. But
But
the downfall of the whole thing, man, it's like they're really throwing the academic side of this out the window. It's all about the
yeah,
NIL deals, adding these extra years, with the JUCO
yeah,
stuff. So really, you'll be by the time you go to the university after the JUCO, you'll be a junior as far as academically, but a freshman as far as football goes or
yeah.
athletics goes. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
And you
right.
know what? And you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about that point you just made. They throwing academics out the window. Ball players, be fucking careful about what he just said about throwing academics out the window.
Hmm.
They don't want you to graduate. They don't give a shit
Right.
about you once you leave the field.
Exactly.
Get your education out of these people or you're going to regret it. That's
Right.
all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because
Be fun
it was a song that kind of went like this. That when it
I want to spread the news that
This guy right here.
you, oh, you just keep on using me
till you use me up.
Exactly.
until you use.
They over there playing chess and the kids playing checkers because they don't know no better. You know,
They don't know no better,
them
bro.
niggas money driven.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Shit.
They dangling that money carrot in front of you, and look, I respect it. I'm glad y'all getting the bag. However, I need y'all to pay attention to the writing on the wall.
Right.
Absolutely.
See, that's where the parents come into play right there, man. See, the kids go, feel and think how they go think, but their brains aren't even fully developed yet. They're still 17, 16, 17, 18 years old. The
Yes, sir.
parents have to step in here and see to it that they don't allow the educational side of this thing to get thrown to the wayside.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so look here, man. We're gonna take a little short intermission here. We're gonna come back with some things that's for the holiday season. Since this is Christmas time, we're gonna look. We're gonna talk about your three favorite songs, your three favorite gifts, what you like to eat. We're gonna come back with some. Give you a minute to think about some things. We'll be back in a minute.
In order to have anything in this world, you must speak up on it. In order to have anything in this world, you must speak up on it.
Oh, that your virtue and Versace, she don't want it. She like it hot just like a coffee in the morning. And if you want it, then you gotta speak up on it. Said if you want it, then you better speak up on it. 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 Said if you want it, then you better speak up on it. Said if you want it, then you gotta speak up on it.
You're on mute, Cod.
I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, okay. So look, we got I picked up a couple little topics we can talk about since it's the Christmas season, and we're gonna start with these. What was your set of your top three gift? What was the best gift you ever got from when you was a child coming up? You know what that is off the hand, or you'd have to think about it a little bit.
Me, I'm gonna say it was the big wheel, man. When Pops and them
Oh,
slid that big wheel under, under that tree, baby, I think I had a Batmobile, a Batman, a big wheel too. Kind of shit. You couldn't tell me nothing, man. I'm hook sliding up and
man.
down the avenue, man.
Hey man,
Yeah.
you go and you pull the hammer. You
Man,
pull the
pulling
hammer.
at that for the brake. You feel me? The burning rubber that you're doing
Oh
is
man,
a
that's a
straight
cold one right
adrenaline
there,
rush.
dog.
You know what I mean?
No
Hey,
doubt.
They
hey,
ain't coming home till late. They got to get me off the streets to come back in the house, man.
hey, hey, look here. Hey, that was a cold one because I had what they call it was called the cheetah. I don't know if you remember that, but it had the two pedals where you did
The
you
two.
didn't
Yeah,
go
yeah.
around
You
from here,
gotta
you
change
had to go back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, but that's a
Yes,
cold one though.
sir.
That big wheel is a cold one, man. What about
That
Man.
is
you?
a color,
What
man.
about you,
I
D-Mac? What you
think
think?
I think mine was the electric football games, man.
Oh
Man,
man.
oh
What?
my God, man.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God. Because yeah, my pops he gave eventually we had all of them, the baseball, the basketball, the football, both the footballs. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that was it right there, bro. That was it.
Man.
The Unos is going a mile a minute. Just boom, just having at it. Yeah, that was one of the big ones for me.
I like that one. Hey, look, well, for me personally, I always loved bikes and motorcycles. For me, it was the Evil Knievel. The Evil Knievel, dog. I don't know if you remember, you pull that thing in that thing and you pull it, and it
Thing
goes.
out.
That sucker would take off and hit that top, dog. Evil
Right.
Knievel was my
Oh,
man, dog. I'm
yeah.
telling you. I
Right.
love that Evil Knievel, dog. That was
Yeah.
man, I'm telling you, that was my favorite toy, man. Coming up.
That's
I used to play with
real.
that damn Evil, but you ain't lying. That football, hey man, that little electric football, especially the one where you turn it on, turn it off, turn it on.
Yeah, you turn up the
Right.
vibration mode on that
Oh
thing,
man,
man.
oh, we used to paint the uniform. Man,
Man,
we used to get creative. We used to paint our own jerseys and stuff and change the
right.
color. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
They
man.
came with the little numbers, the little
Yeah,
stickers had the little numbers on them, man. They had
yeah,
like the little.
right.
I used to roll with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Chicago Bears
That
with Fever,
divided,
baby.
that vibrating board,
Yes,
oh,
man.
man.
oh,
Man, I
oh,
wish I
man.
could find one of them things now, man.
Hey,
Those
hey,
are classics.
hey, that and the slot car set. Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah,
man, with the slot
yeah.
cars, we used to put the slot cars. Oh man, we used to race the slot cars. That was
Hmm.
the shit too.
You,
Yeah.
you talking about like the little electric?
Yeah, yeah. You put the little car on the track, and it's
Yeah, with the little
boom, boom,
guns.
and you going because you couldn't go too fast around that
Right.
curve because it would fly off
Exactly.
the damn track. It would fly off
Exactly.
the damn track. You got to ease it around
Hey,
that track, and
Man.
hey,
you'll be racing. Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck y'all up with this one. I'm gonna fuck y'all up with this one. The worst gift you ever got, and all of us had it, was them damn Hot Wheel race tracks.
Oh
Because
Oh
man. Yeah.
man, come on,
you didn't
man.
Yeah.
know your parents were gonna double it as an ass whooping tool. You
No,
didn't know
Exactly.
that.
They
God,
double
man.
back with the
Yeah,
track.
hell yeah, that
I
double
got my ass
track.
popped a
Yeah,
couple times with them
yeah.
tracks, man.
You was
I,
hiding that shit in the back,
hey
deep down
man,
in the closet after a while. You want to get
cringe
your ass
whenever
whooped
I
up
see
there.
them orange tracks anywhere. I see an orange race track now. I don't know what to do. Twitching the carry on.
Getting the hell out of the way, man.
Man,
Those
oh
are bad
man,
memories right there, Jack.
oh man, God,
Man.
dog. Hey, look here, man. Oh, I'm refer to. Hey, look here. That's funny that you said that about that using them tracks to get your ass whooped, but because these kids don't know nothing about this shit today. You know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing about getting ass
You
whooping
know,
today, boy. We used to get ass whoopings.
they,
We're gonna freelance this one. We're gonna just take this off a little bit, but let's reel it back a little bit. Okay, so look, let's go favorite food. What's the favorite food on Christmas? What would you like? What did you like or couldn't wait to eat on Christmas? What was your thing, Tony T?
The desserts, man. Shit, I wanted to bypass all of it because my mom used to make them cakes, man, them strawberry cakes, some German chocolate cakes, got me the
Mhm.
damn sweet potato pies, man.
Right,
Shit.
right, right.
But the macaroni and cheese was
yeah,
cool too, and the fried chicken, brother.
Yeah, that was
That
good.
was my go-to right there.
What
man,
about
my Aunt Georgia, may she rest in peace, man. She made these short ribs, bro. That would, man, you just go home like, Mama, why you can't make those? Why you can't make?
You get hit with that damn track
I'm,
now.
I mean, right now I'm getting hit with the track in the back seat, but but man, them short ribs used to fall off that bone when we took them out of that crock pot, bro. And
Yeah,
oh man, and she wouldn't give nobody that recipe, brother. She didn't give
man.
it to nobody. She took it with her. But man,
Uh-huh.
that them short ribs, and she just made this big pots of gumbo and all that. Man, that's it for Christmas, bro. That's it,
Short ribs, huh, D Mac, man?
yeah?
man. Out of
Man,
control.
ribs. I remember Pops used to. My dad was like a major barbecue rib guy on that grill. Man, dude was from from Jackson, Mississippi, so they got them down home recipes as far as them grills, as far as grilling
Right.
them ribs on that and that chicken, man. And, man, shit, man, y'all got my stomach growling right now just thinking about it. You know what I mean?
I know we in there
Man,
true.
Hey, hey, man. I would always like the really the next day after Christmas. My grandmother used to make the best turkey sandwiches, man.
mhm,
After the
Mm,
day after Christmas, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Slice up that turkey, man, and she used to make them sandwiches, man. Those was the best sandwiches.
hook
Uh,
them up.
oh man, that was the best sandwich in the world. The day after Christmas was my thing. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah,
that turkey,
yeah,
man. You
The
know.
season done set in on it. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
The
I'm saying
seasons done set in
yeah,
on that turkey, Jack.
yeah,
absolutely,
sir.
absolutely. Yeah, that and some candy yams. My mom's makes those candy yams. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So look, we got some Christmas songs, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to fry y'all brains out here, man. But what's your favorite Christmas song, D Mac, of all time that you think that you can think of?
Hey, yeah, favorite all time, man. And I know everybody say it, but Temptations, they
Yeah,
did their thing with the Christmas song, bro, and it just they, you know, it. they got so many levels on their voices and stuff, man. That just
Right.
you hear it and you just like, yeah, that's it. It's Christmas time. As soon as I hear the invitation.
What,
Right.
what about you, Tony T? What's your favorite Christmas song of all time? You have to play?
I was really digging the one that Run DMC had. Was that Christmas in Hollis,
Oh
man?
man, yeah,
The
that
little groovy little beat it had to it, man. Reminded me of the little theme music on Fat Albert, man. I really took a liking to that.
Yeah,
I took a liking to that one, man.
that's right. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I could always go for some Luther on Christmas because Luther always was the man, or
indeed.
Some Stevie Wonder. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Uh, SWV had a cold one too. Give Love on Christmas. That was a cold one too that I like.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
Rhyming Night too. Rhyming. I had Let It Snow, man. That was a cool little banger right there.
that was really well done. Vanessa
Hmm.
Williams did a couple of good ones too back in the
Hmm.
day.
Absolutely, man. But anyways, man, we a little bit over the time frame, but that's all right. It's Christmas, you know what I mean, and we got it in for the people. You know what I mean.
Hmm.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
anyways, man, I enjoyed y'all this holiday. Y'all enjoy it with y'all families, brother. And
Absolutely.
we'll jump back on this maybe Friday. We'll come back Friday. Uh,
Hmm.
enjoy some time,
Sound good.
whatever.
Sound good, fellas. Have a
And
Merry
Feliz
Christmas, brother.
Navidad, good people.
yeah, yeah, and and have a good time, man. And don't do too much. Don't do too much drinking now. You know what I mean?
Y'all be careful out there.
Just enough.
Stay at home and drink.
Just
Stay at
enough.
home and drink. Don't drive and drink. Stay at the
Right.
house, man.
Hey,
Crawl to the
hey,
bedroom. Don't
no
have to get
driving
in
and
that car.
drinking. No driving and
Yeah.
drinking. Please, no driving
Right.
and
Don't
drinking.
drive in the drink.
Yeah,
You
get
might spill
somebody else
your
to
drink.
drive for you. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
that's for
Yeah.
sure, man. So we're gonna get up out of here with this one, man. But I appreciate everybody. And this is
Much love, bro.
In order to have anything in
Ty
this
and K.
world,
Here's where
you
you
must
speak
speak
up
up
on
on
it.
it.
Share, like, and subscribe
In
to the
order,
channel. Go
in
to
order to
YouTube
have
and
anything in
subscribe
this
to the
world,
channel.
you
Facebook
must speak
Live,
up on
subscribe
it.
to the channel.
Oh, that you're virgin and Versace,
And
she
we out.
don't want it. She like it hot just like a coffee in the morning. And if